Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Gokhan AKCAPINAR. I am also working at Professor Ogata's lab as a postdoc researcher. So today I would like to share my recent works with you. So in Professor Ogata's lab, I am mainly working on this learning analytics cycle. So here, many previous researchers are already mentioned that we have this book roll system, and we are collecting students' reading logs from this system. And my research is mainly fits in that part. So I am trying to analyze this learning logs by using machine learning algorithms. And from here, I am trying to develop learner model to create more personalized feedback for the students and instructors. So my research is mainly fits in this area. So I will just skip that part because previous researchers are already mentioned about that. We have this book roll system, and we are collecting learning logs, as you can see from here. So basically here we have this students' IDs, and we have all types of, we are collecting data related to all types of interaction happens in this eBook reader. And we know that what kind of devices are students using, like mobile or PC or something like this. And if there is some memo or marker action here, we also know that what kind of text students are were written, or what kind of words they highlighted here. And this is the basic raw logs that I am working on. And another component of this learning analytics cycle is dashboard. So we are currently developing this dashboard. So these are the newly developed graphs. So some of them are basically shows that how many times students open that book, or how many times that add marker, memo, or something like that. Just overview of the content. And we have some real-time graphs, as Shimada Sensei also mentioned that in-class learning is also important, and supporting teachers in class is also important for us. And we have some feedback module. By using that, instructors can send feedback to the students. And we have some other features, like here you can see that we have this content review model. And by using this, instructor can see that which part of the content highlighted by the students, and how many times, or which students are highlighted which part of the content. And in the background, we are also using many types of machine learning algorithms. We are deploying this different kinds of analysis, and for example, clustering analysis for grouping students, or prediction algorithms to predict this at-risk students or their performance. And we are using some behavioral analysis. We are analyzing their reading patterns, and we are using this kind of analysis on the background. So today I would like to share one pilot study that I tried with the logs from one class. And in this lecture, it was like 1 hour class, and first 45 minutes was lecture, and last 15 minutes was quiz. So there were 47 students and around 4,000 logs we collected. And I used cluster analysis to find common patterns followed by the students during the lecture. So, and in this lecture, students and instructor used book roll. They both follow the lecture material from the book roll. So here you can see that the visualization of students' reading patterns, and x-axis is the time, and y-axis is the page of the books. So, and each line shows that single students' reading patterns. And At the end of the class, as I mentioned, there was a quiz, so that's why here the patterns are a little bit different than the rest of the class. So my objective is to find common reading patterns from this data, because this data now it shows all students' reading patterns separately, but yeah, I try to find some common patterns in that data. And we also have some irregular reading patterns here. So my objective is to detect that kind of patterns. So here you can see the same graph in a different way. Here I just transformed the data. I took teachers' reading pattern as a baseline and then calculated other students' relative reading patterns based on instructors' reading pattern. Then I applied cluster analysis. Here you can see the results. There were two clusters in the data, which means that there were two reading patterns followed by the two groups of students. And here you can see these patterns. Again, we have instructors pattern here, and in one group, you can see that 28 students, they are mostly follow the instructor during the lecture. But we have another group here, they are following the instructor until the 17th minute, but after that, they are browsing the different pages of the book. So at the end of the lecture, they all were in the different pages than the lecturer. So this is just one case study I would like to share. And yeah, based on this, we also developed this real-time reading graph. If we have time, I would like to show how it is working in real time. Yeah, so this graph is also updated every minute. Here you can see this. I just make it a little bit short. And as I mentioned, this system is also using in class, and it is important to support instructors during the lecture. So that's why we developed this graph based on this analysis that I mentioned previously. And here, instructor can see that how many students are reading the same page with him or her, and he can also see other students, what are they doing at a certain time. So this red boxes shows that where is the instructor at that time point, and then you can also see other students. And this is an interactive graph. Instructor also can navigate through the boxes and then see how many students are in that box, or yeah, how many actions they are doing, this kind of things. Yeah, this is a case study that I would like to share. Actually, by using this, we can help instructors during the lecture, because otherwise it is difficult to follow or monitor 50 students or 60 students at the same time. But by using this kind of detectors, we can easily detect students' reading patterns and then inform instructors if there is some problem or something happens. And this is the current and future work that we are working on. We are also trying to develop more widgets for our dashboard by using this data analysis. And other thing, one of our students, we are working together on this with Chris, and personalized eBook experience for students, because now we have students' previous reading logs, and we know that, and now Brandon also talked about the knowledge map. We also know that their knowledge level. So by using this data, we can easily identify that which students read which page of the book, or what pages they didn't read, they didn't open, or something like this. And based on this, we would like to recommend them some ebook content based on using their previous logs. So thank you very much for your attention.